Devin Bush in the week one took his lumps, and it was the one play where it was on my Twitter feed all week long of him not filling a gap responsibly and the Seahawks running back running right by him. He finally made a play, and I don't think he's going to get his credit, but it was towards the end of the first half, 4th down conversion, and Jags decide to go for it. And Trevor Lawrence has to check down as a result of Devin Bush's pass rush, his pressure they put on the quarterback. He has to check down. The Steelers get the tackle. Jags are short of the sticks. And the Jags were so mad that they put their first-team offense back on the field to start the second half, Mike. And look, I know Devin Bush hasn't played great, but if we're going to absolutely rip him like we were a week ago for one play in a preseason game, we got to show him credit as well. And if he can return to his form from when he was playing in 2019 as a rookie, making plays all over the field, if he can get back to that form versus the guy who's trying to work his way back from a knee injury. I'm just saying I want to see a consistency there. And from a fan standpoint, and sometimes from a media standpoint, again, I know he hasn't played great, and I know his grades haven't been great, but that was one play where it's like, if we're going to focus on one play from week one of the preseason, well, what about week two when he actually made a good play and got the Steelers off the field on a 4th down? I'm fired up about this, Ike.
Yeah, I think they're nitpicking. You know, I think they still wishing for the rookie Devin Bush, and right now it's just not going to be the rookie Devin Bush. But if you're nitpicking off of one play, I mean, you can go down the line from everybody on whoever steps on the field, who's going to have a bad play. So basically, I look at how people are talking about Devin Bush. Obviously, you watching me because you don't want me to be good. Because everybody, one play. I can go down the line and just say one play about every starter that I watched the game for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
But heck, how can you coach if guys don't mess up? I mean, I coach my 10-year-olds, and I tell my 10-year-olds all the time, like, I'm not asking y'all to mess up, but y'all gonna mess up because I'm here to coach y'all the right way. So now you give me something to coach about. If none of y'all would ever mess up, nobody needs coaches. You know, and honestly, that's not humanly possible not to ever mess up. You know, so yeah, they just nitpicking. They wait for him to mess up. They waiting for him to slip. But Devin gonna be straight. Like he's people forget, man. He's still coming off this injury. And I talked to Devin. Like I've talked to him a lot during training camp on the field, and we had some good talks. You know, Devin last year damn near was playing on one leg, Mark. You know, mentally he was playing on one leg because he didn't want to mess that leg up again. This year, he's getting back to his old self. And I think he's got a good supporting cast. You know, I think, you know, with Miles sitting over there with him, we already know what TJ doing. When Highsmith come back, I think Highsmith going to be the sleeper for me. But, again, it's hard when you got Spillane sitting there too now. It's hard. Like, Coach got 3 dogs sitting in the middle, Miles, Jack, Devin Bush, and Spillane. And we saw what Spillane did with King Henry right down the pipeline in Pittsburgh on that goal line stance. So, man, there's a lot of things that can be. But this a whole new group too, as well. When you want to look at what Devin Bush been through, you know, he started off with Vince. Like he started off with a few inside linebackers, so he really can't get comfortable with his partner. When you got an inside linebacker, man. It's not a James Ferry or Larry Foote. Them boys have been playing for like 8 years. So they ain't never got to say nothing to each other. They just looking at each other because they already know, okay, if you mess up on this gap, I got your gap, you go the other way. Like it was just, but that's the experience with each other. D. Bush and Miles Jack, they don't have that experience right now. And, you know, to Devin's defense, he really haven't had nobody where he can sit for 4 and 5 years and be like, this my dog in the middle. We know what each other gonna do. Man, if he go left, I'm going right, and vice versa. So that's when I saw good linebackers. Like when Ray was doing this thing, he had who Ray had in the beginning, he had Jamie Sharper. You know, he had Jamie Sharper sitting beside him. And so I'm looking at good linebacker duos, and the reason why, and that's over time. And for Devin defense, man, he's just really that whole linebacker crew, bro. Just think about the Pittsburgh linebacker crew. they really haven't had some guys who've been playing with each other for 4 or 5 years. So it's going to be some mistakes. We had, Lamar Woodley, then we had James Harrison. Them boys played for a good little bit together. We wound up having James Ferrier, then Larry Foote. Then when Larry left, it was Pot Dog. Then it was Lawrence Timmons. So then it was just the camaraderie was just good, man. And that's why I feel like then in the secondary we had me, Troy, RC, and it was Will Gay. Then a little bit of Will Gay. Then it was Brian McFadden. But me and Troy played with each other for 12 years. Which is, what you want us to, all you got to do is look at me. He ain't even got to say a word. So what I'm saying for Devin Bush is, man, if he can get Miles for the next 4 or 5 years, he'll be straight. But at the same time, Devin got to get back to what people want him to be, and that's the rookie Devin Bush. And right now, he's just not looking like that explosive Devin Bush. Even when he's messing up, he's explosive with it. And I think that's what people want to see from Devin.
Final year of his rookie deal as well, Ike. So I expect him to play well. The Steelers did not pick up his 5th-year option either. I think that was a smart move by the team to say, hey, prove it. But that's why you see what he can do under new defensive coordinator Terrell Austin. You see what he can do with the coaching of Brian Flores, who's really the thing that makes Brian Flores what he is he's had dominant front sevens for the teams that he's coached, where he's coached before coming to Pittsburgh. So, again, if we're going to absolutely rip Devin Bush in week 1 of a preseason game for one play, I just saw him make a play on a 4th down when your team needs to get off the field, and I want to provide credit where credit is due. I am optimistic about the season he'll have this upcoming year for him returning to form.